Hello and welcome to Caching Waves. This is your Elliott Wave update for Arbitrum. I've been in this trade for quite a while. As you can see, I'm up a little bit here. Stop is currently at 2066, guaranteed 318 if I get stopped out. So this one's completely free at the moment. This is for the public account where I trade 1% of a $10,000 account per trade. So let's get back to the chart. We're in an area right now where Bitcoin could have a bottom in, or it's just a fourth wave panning out. So a lot depends obviously on Bitcoin, whether we go to the upside or we completely break down after the ETF news. But as of right now, this project's pretty much in price discovery at the moment. So it's really hard to target how high we're going to go. I'll show you that down on the micro. But at the moment, pretty much the only target I've pulled is the wave one off the bottom of the fourth. That's up around 285. But we do have some pretty high targets. The third wave here in green, as you can see, our wave one and two, our third wave came up shy of the 1.618. And usually when that happens, and if we are bullish and this count stays intact, we would expect extensions in the fifth. We usually get one wave extended. So if Bitcoin does recover here, there's some pretty high targets. So it's very difficult to know how high we're going to go if this does keep going in price discovery. It's more of a buy the dip over and over again until it collapses situation. I've been in these situations many times over many bull markets. It's very difficult to let them run, especially when you get to target. And I do have strategies for that. But first of all, just our second wave, five waves here in the third in blue, you can see hit targets. We hit our one off our two, came to the 1.618 extension for our third, got our fourth wave, came up to the 2.382 and 2.618 for our third, which was perfect, at which point we had our correction to the downside and we've had our pivot to the upside right now, looking to fill out five waves. I'm going to show you this one on the micro. It is a very difficult count. It seems simple down here on the 4 hour. Not much of divergence at the moment. There's our third of the third, so it's looking okay on the 4 hour. Slight divergence on the daily, on the RSI, but nothing to be concerned about at the moment. So it looks like just a simple 1, 2, 3 working on our fourth, going up for our fifth. And that's my target box there at 285, right at the top of our pitchfork, which looks pretty much ideal. But where it gets difficult is when we get down to the hourly. As you can see, this wave is a pretty tough count. I can't get five waves out of this third wave. So the only way it makes sense is with the new diagonal rules where we don't need overlap with the fourth. It's a series of zigzags, and as long as the third wave isn't the shortest, it's valid. And how that would look is this would be an ABC, this would be an ABC. So for our fifth wave, we would actually expect an ABC in 3 to get up to our target. Now the other option, and I'm just saying that it's unlikely, but possible. We need to consider all options. And again, unlikely, but ugly, but this does count, where we have our 3, 4, no overlap with our 1, like so, and our fifth wave here. And that would actually be fifth would be up here. That would be our first wave in the fifth, which would get quite extended. Let me go down to the 15-minute to show you. So we had a deep wave 2 in this scenario. There's 5 waves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The third is not the shortest. You can see the separation. And we got our fifth wave to the upside here. So when I pulled the fibs here, obviously if we have a very deep wave 2, we'd expect a very shallow wave 4. Rule of alternation. And this one hit, I believe, the 236. right between the 236 and the 382. It's a very odd looking wave, but it is valid. We pull the fibs. You can see we came probably to the 1.382 extension. Not quite, in which case we'd expect a extended wave 5 when that happens, exactly like I showed you on the larger time frame. So this is technically valid as a wave 1. So if this is potentially a wave 1, excuse me, go down a degree here. So if this is technically a wave 1, how far would that actually take us? And I only offer this suggestion just because we are technically in price discovery at the moment. So if we pull our fibs and say that this correction's done as a flat, we would be expecting our third wave in this fifth to come up to 414.74 there at the 1.618, and our fifth way up here around $5 plus, as high as the 2.382, so like 574. And this fifth wave would get quite extended as like a blow off top, like so. So I'm not saying this is happening, I'm just saying I'm open to that option. I'm sure you've seen this over and over again. It's usually the blow off fifth wave in crypto, not the third. So I'm not sure which one we're going to get here. My stop is currently at 2066, which is literally right below this current pivot. So if I get stopped out here, I'll close in profit at plus 300. But if this is the wave 1 and 2, I would have to re-pull these fibs and accept the fact that it could be an extended fifth. So I'd look for this to come up and probably come down between the 50 and the 618 down here, in which case I would re-enter this setup just for that potential. But that's what I'm looking at, guys. Is this an ending diagonal where we're looking just for an ABC and we complete our fifth wave at 285? Or is this a wave 1 and 2 of the fifth? Very hard to see. Very tough. So at this point, I'm long at the moment. I'm going to see how aggressive this next wave is to the upside. I will be able to lean one way or the other. Obviously, a third of the third just gets moving, and that's what we would expect here, our third wave and our fifth. So it would just get moving very quickly. But if you look at Bitcoin, we're at a moment now where it's either going to move to the upside. We just had an ABC correction to the downside, or it's making a fourth and a fifth to the downside, in which case all this could collapse, and this could technically be our fifth of the fifth complete. So I'm keeping a close eye on this. Again, my stop is in the profit, but there is that potential scenario, no matter how unlikely that seems. I'm sure you've seen it over and over in the chart, in which case people would call it a pump and dump. We just get our extended fifth and absolutely collapse. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I will relabel that. Sorry guys. Currently our fifth wave setup is just at 285, and I would consider these ABCs. So as of right now, just looking for an ABC. But if we start making a pretty explosive move to the upside, I will consider that alternate. But this one's looking good right now. It looks like we have a flat completing, where we make a slightly higher high, and then we make a lower low, which is our flat correction. So I'm expecting this to start moving to the upside at any point now. Looking for 5 waves in our A, correction, 5 waves up for our C. All right, guys, so that's where I'm at for Arbitrum. Thanks for watching. I am in all these other ones as well. Stops are updated if you are following along. That's what I'm doing. Make sure to subscribe, and I will update some more videos in a moment. Thanks.